You're not going to want to miss this episode of the AI Show where we're talking all about a visual search toolkit with Azure AI with our friend Serge. Make sure you tune in. Hello and welcome to this episode of the AI Show. We're talking all about the visual search toolkit with Azure AI and our friend Serge. Serge, how are you doing, my friend?
Hello, comment ça va?
Tout va bien aujourd'hui. For those that don't know you, why don't you introduce yourself?
Tout va bien. Yes, so thank you, Fef. So just a quick presentation of myself. So I'm working for Microsoft. I am part of a EMEA GBB team dedicated to AI technologies. And I'm very happy to be today once again with you to present some great things about our AI technologies running on Azure. And today it's all about Visual Search Toolkit.
And we really appreciate having you on because you actually make stuff with customers. I make a lot of demos, but you make stuff that actually is super useful. And we're talking about visual search. Can you explain the problem a little bit for those that are watching?
Yes, so I mean, we are all using search on the web, using some technologies to find out some information or documents or whatever. But now we have some brand new capabilities using AI to use not some keywords, but to use an image. So think about to make a query, not using free text, but using image. Let's say you have a nice product and you want to have much more information on the product you can see in a store, in a shop, or whatever. Just take your smartphone, take a picture of the product. You will have an image, of course, and then you can find all the similar images. So that's the goal of visual search technologies. We will use AI technologies, of course, because it's not about text, it's about an image. And we will use AI services running on Azure with a nice technologies to manage all the queries, which is Azure Cognitive Services as well.
So that's cool. So if I'm understanding this right, we're basically creating a search toolkit where instead of typing in text to find a thing, you take a picture and it finds the things that are like that picture.
Yes, correct. So we will use a picture. And by toolkit, I mean, I will share with you at the end of a quick demo a link with a collection of Python code that you can use in every companies, every organization, or if you just want to play with it, you will have all the great code I made. Hope it is great, but it will do all the job for you if you want to test it on a typical use case, everything will be almost ready for you.
I love it. So basically, not only are you going to show us the technique of how it's done, but all the code is available for folks to download and use whenever they want.
Yes, of course, you will not have 100% of all the code ready, but most of it is there. Just bring your own images, okay? Just use in sequence all the different Python code for doing all the pipeline creation and the pipeline ingestion. And at the end, in almost no time, you will be ready to do some testing.
Awesome. Well, can we take a look?
Yes, so let's have a quick look. So it's just a part of a visual search using Azure AI. So in this use case, we will work in a retail, in the retail industry. Okay. So you will see a collection of Python code stored in Jupyter notebooks. You will have notebook number one, number two, number three, and so on. And let's have a look at the first one.
Let's do it.
The first one is just a collection of multiple steps to use some to display some product images. So think about a retail industry. And let's say you have a collection of catalog images. You can see some of them there. You can see some French names in it, some English terms in it, and so on. So we have a collection of field images. By field images is what you can take from your smartphone. You can take an image. Let's say you're in a shop and you want to have much more information on this product, or it can be that one, or that one. So this is the first part. The first part is just to make some connection to your catalog product images and the field images you can have. Then the second step is to be able to switch from images to text. And for that, we can use many kind of technologies for that. The one I was using was OpenAI using sentence transformers. What is the goal of OpenAI? And this capability is called OpenAI Clip. OpenAI Clip model will allows you to take one image, okay, and to save it as with a collection of text item. And then we will be able to use these technologies. So the first step that you will have to run is just to index all your catalog images using OpenAI Clip, and then you will have some vec text. Vec text is just the outcome from OpenAI Clip using your catalog images. And we can do this for all your model. Okay, it will take a couple of minutes to achieve. And what you can see there for all your catalog images you can have about all your products. In this case, I have image 1, 2, 3, and so on. You can see there a vec text. What is a vec text? Is a huge number and text that will define somewhere your image file. And this is what I will save in order to make a search later on using one image. Okay,
So I have a
so the
question.
first step
So,
is just to do this vec text information.
so the question I have is, if we go back to step number 2, this is the part that was a little confusing to me. We're using OpenAI to merge together some images in our catalog with some text that's also in our catalog. Is that right?
Yes,
I see. And so we're using those two things put together and then storing those in a textual representation, which would be this vec text.
exactly. At the moment, this is one input I have. And of course, the vec text information will be saved into an Azure Cognitive Search pipeline. At the moment, I am just going to create the index, and this is just the first part. Okay.
I see. So what does the part when I'm doing the searching, I'm going to give it an image that's going to put it into the same space without the text. It's the text is the part that's confusing me.
Yes, yes. And I will add much more information for each image,
Oh, I see.
because as you can maybe imagine or understand, in some image you can have some barcode information. Okay,
Hmm.
especially in the retail industry. What is a barcode? Let's have a look at this product. As you can see, there is a collection of text, and of course we can use Azure OCR technologies to retrieve the text. But in this case, let's have a look at the barcode. I have a Python code there where I can detect the barcode, and I can read the content from the barcode or the QR code. Okay, so I have additional information, not only the image itself, but the content that I can have in my barcode or QR code.
I see. So
So
you're not just storing, oh, this is clever. So you're not just storing the image, but you're storing any text or barcode information or anything that's in the image,
that's
and you're
it.
putting it into this vector.
Exactly.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm going to do this for all my catalog images. It took 12 seconds. It's quite fast because with Python you can do some concurrent execution and this kind of things. So it's very fast to analyze my 466 images and to retrieve every information each time there is a barcode. Maybe sometimes I don't have any barcode. Sometimes I can have barcode. Okay, that's it. As you can see, for this image, I have a barcode text. Okay, so that's one additional information. I can have much more information using Azure Read API for OCR or Azure Computer Vision to detect automatically some colors, caption, and tags. Let's have a look at this French product, as you can see with the title, the French title in it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the OCR outcome, okay? Just using Azure OCR to retrieve any text from the product. But I can use as well Azure Computer Vision to have the main colors. Maybe it can be useful when you have a product to get some colors, to have some tags or caption, a box of cookies. That's correct. This is a good results based on this image. Let's have a look at this product. We have some Spanish words, English, Arabian, Asian as well. I can retrieve everything and I have a good description.
That's
So
cool.
this is just to have to collect any kind of information from one image to my Azure Cognitive Search pipeline.
And that's clever because you're augmenting the image with any information you can pull out of it so that when you do the search, you're going to get exactly what you want.
That's it. For example, let's have a look at the colors. For each image, I have the main colors. For each image, I can have the tags coming from the Azure Computer Vision. I can retrieve the caption as well, okay? So that's the thing. So, and then I have everything to create my Azure Cognitive Search index because I have the vec text coming from OpenAI clip to turn my image to numbers and text. I have all the OCR coming from the process I made before. I have the barcode or QR code information. I have the main color information, the automatic tags, and so on. And now we take everything, okay? I will consolidate everything and I will ingest everything into an Azure Cognitive Search index. So this is what we did, okay? We are using OpenAI vectex first, the OCR, all the results, the barcode, and then we will try to consolidate everything into a cognitive search index. Okay, so I have a cognitive search index there. You can see it. It's called demo retail. Okay, and I have all the fields I will be able to use. Okay, then it's time to play a little bit with my index because my index is there and I am able to use it. So let's do a quick test. Okay, and let's take this example. Okay, I will zoom a little bit. Okay, let's say this is a field image. Let's say you're at home in your kitchen, you take a product, you want to have much more information on it. Or you are in a store, you want to have additional information on a product, just use your smartphone, nothing else, just a picture. So this is a field image, that one, okay? Let's call the cognitive search index, and this is the outcome of a search.
That's
So
amazing.
on the left, you have a field image, the one you took in a shop, for example, and then you have the similar image number one, then similar image number two, number three, and so on. And that one will display the catalog image number 61, and so on. And this is the same product, of course. Okay. Another example. Okay, so this is a tomato soup, I think. Okay, so this is a field image, another test, and this is the same product. Same product, same product, same product. Not the same product, but that this is the product that came number 5. Okay, so but the top similar images are correct. Let's take that one. Okay, I took this picture at home and I can find all the catalog images on the same product. And this is great because think about a company that would like to set up a spare part recognition project. Okay, when you just have a product and you don't have any text in it, just the image. You can take a picture of it and see, okay, this is product number 1, number 2, or number 3. Another example, that one, okay, and you can see all the similar results coming from it. Another example as well, we know the brand, okay, and we have all the same product there. What you can do as well is to play a little bit with some text. Okay, let's say you have this. You just specify your text. Let's say it's a serial number, for example. Okay, and then the outcome of the Azure Cognitive Search is this full outcome. You have the JPEG file, the product. You have the OCR, the barcode, colors, and so on. And this text is the barcode number. So you can make a query on your catalog images list, and well, you will find, of course, all the results. And then you can display all the similar images. And this is the same product as well. And last example, you can combine OpenAI Clip, Read API, computer vision, barcode, everything into a single query as well, not using only the image, but all the additional extra information. And then you will have all the similar products in a list, or just using a specific view. And this is always the results. First catalog images, that one, and that one. And same thing for that one.
I mean, this is
So,
this is amazing. And sorry, you were saying.
no, I was just saying that, and this is the end of the demo. Of course, you can have a look at the specific link that I will share with you in a couple of seconds.
Right
So
here.
it's
I
called
put it up
Azure
for
Visual
us.
Search Toolkit. Okay. And you will have all the description, all the documentation, and all the notebooks are there. And you have some images if you want to try to play with something, even if you don't have a collection of existing images, there is something to start. And you have all the notebooks there, so, and all the Python code uh, that you can use, and it's ready for use, and it's ready for you.
This is so cool. So if we could summarize, because I think I'll put the repo up at the end. Can you scroll down so we can look at the process? Because I think the process, because we went really fast. There's a ton of, so when you say Visual Search Toolkit with Azure AI, you literally mean a full gamut of AI services. So just quick bullet point, what are the services that you use, and then how were they all put together at the end with the index?
Yes, so let's have a look at the services, okay? So what you can see here from step 1 to 8 is a full process.
Right.
When I did the demo, I took an image, okay? And so this is my reference image file, and I want to have a list of all the similar images that looks like this
Right.
reference image, okay? So for that, in order to switch from one image to a collection of text, I will use the vectext generation. Okay, for that I am using sentence transformers, which is just a Python wrapper for OpenAI Clip. Okay, so this is just a way to switch from the image view to the text and numbers view. So this is one step. The second step, in order to add much more information during the search, is not only to use the image itself, but to use some additional attributes like any text you can have from the image. And in order to get text from one image and to save the text as text, it's just a basic OCR for that. And for that, I am using Azure OCR capabilities. Okay, so this is this step. In order to get the main colors of a product, to get some automatic tags, I am using as well Azure Computer Vision for that. And I am using as well a Python library in order to detect any barcode or QR code from the image. And then you can consolidate everything, and everything will be saved into an Azure Cognitive Search index, because this is a perfect fit in order to manage all the concurrent search you can do. And everything will be available at the end. The endpoint will be an Azure Cognitive Search deployed index. So when you took a picture, an image, the first step is to convert it to a vec text. I will send this to the index. I would get the OCR, I would get the barcode, I will get all the results, and I can have a list of similar images rank from number 1 to top 10 or top 5. It's up to you. And then it's ready to use, and it's just a usual query, not only keywords, but using one image, and that will leverage additional attributes from the image using AI technologies available in Azure.
Well, this has been awesome how you took us through the whole journey from soup to nuts, beginning to end. Thank you so much for spending some time with us, Serge. By the way, this is the repo for those that want to see all the code that Serge just showed us. It's amazing. Thank you so much for being with us, my friend.
But thank you so much.
Awesome. We've been learning all about the visual search toolkit with Azure AI with our friend Serge. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Take care.